Hi, my name's David Cooper. I'm representing the 140th Pennsylvania Volunteers, Company C. My great-grandfather, which is a picture of him right here, joined the 140th Pennsylvania Volunteers, and in May of 1862. Anyway, he went to Company C. When they mustered in 62, there was 110 men there in their company, and they went all the way through the war. They mustered out after Lee's surrender at Appomattox, and of the 110, there was 29 of them still able to walk and muster out, and he happened to be one of them, which was very fortunate. This is him right there with the beard at Devil's Den at a reunion. They had a lot of reunions. All these medals right here are reunion medals. They'd have like class reunions, but they'd have regimental reunions and stuff. And anyway, these are them. This is him. This is a picture right here. I don't know what year it's taken, but he was an old man. He died in 1919. He was born in 1839. And they'd get these medals here. There. This is an advertisement for the 16th annual reunion for the 140th Pennsylvania Volunteers. The 140th Pennsylvania Volunteers, they had companies from A to G, so there was 1,132 of them altogether. At muster out at the end of the war, there was only 298 of them left. So they took a lot of casualties, a lot of captured, a lot of prisoners, a lot of them died in camp, and it wasn't. They had a pretty tough time. This is some of the GAR, Grand Army of the Republic stuff he got. He was part of he joined that. They were a very powerful organization. Back then, around the turn of the century, if you weren't backed by the GAR in Congress or anything like that, you didn't get very far in Congress with any of your bills or anything. So the GAR had a lot of power, and this was one of the things they did was they had Congress pass the Act of June 27th, 1890, which was a pension act for Union soldiers. And this is his paperwork right here. For whatever reason, he actually didn't. This paperwork here was not turned in, but I think he did get a pension from him. Now the document just above is his corporal papers. He went from a private to a corporal on September 1st of 1864. So that's the actual corporal papers right there. Signed by Thomas Henry. I was his captain. And one of the things I'd like to point out is why the war was so deadly was because of the two different types of bullets that were used. When it first started out, they used the round ball and musket, and the muskets weren't rifled. So this ball right here had a range of about 100 yards, and then they came out. Claude Monet came out with this type of bullet, which was hollow at the end and slightly smaller. Looks like a normal bullet. It was hollowed at the end, and by rifling the barrels, which also made this one a little more accurate, but by rifling the barrels from this one and using this ball right here, the range of the rifle went from about 100 yards to more than 400 yards. So Union and Confederate snipers then could be way back and take out captains and corporals, which I am, and so it increased the deadliness of the of warfare, really. And the mini ball, which is what we call it, the mini ball, when it hit you too, being hollowed at the end, it would splatter out kind of like a hollow point does nowadays. caused a lot of damage. That's why there was so much amputations and loss of limbs and such. It was a big step up in warfare and a curse on mankind in some ways. It wasn't. It just really made things a lot worse. And like I said, in Company C, out of the 110 infantry they fought at Gettysburg. This is where's at Devil's Den, hand-to-hand combat, really tough, bloody combat, and in the wheat field. They lost a lot of men, and that turned the war really for the Union, and they chased Lee around until he finally surrendered at Appomattox. They were there, and of the 110, there was only 29 that were lucky enough not to be wounded or killed or captured. And he happened to be one of them, so that was a good deal for him. And that's why I got into the reenacting, and I'm very proud of my heritage and his accomplishments in the war.